Hi guys and welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed already, please do and leave a comment below you have subscribed and I'll make sure to comment as well. Today we're going to be talking about Bar Rafaeli. Born on 4th of June 1985, Bar is an Israeli model, television host, businesswoman and actress. She is among the most internationally successful models to come from Israel, appearing on the cover of the 2009 Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue and being voted number 1 on Maxim magazine's Hot 100 list of 2012. As a television host, Rafaeli has hosted the X Factor Israel since 2013 and co-hosted the Eurovision Song Contest 2019 in Tel Aviv. As a result of her modeling and investment career, her net worth was estimated at $20 million in 2015. She was the highest paid model in Israel according to Forbes Israel in 2013. Rafaeli was born and raised in Hod HaSharon, Israel, to a secular Jewish family. In Hebrew, her first name means wild, as in wilderness, and her surname literally means my God heals, and is a derivative of the biblical angel Raphael. Her parents were both born in Israel, and her grandparents were Jewish immigrants from Italy, Lithuania, and Poland. Her grandparents were Holocaust survivors. Her father, Rafaeli, is a former horse stable owner, and her mother was a model in the 1970s under her maiden name Tzipora Tzipi Levine. Bar's younger brothers are Dor Rafaeli and On Rafaeli. She also has an older half-brother, Neil Ben Porat, from her mother's first marriage to Israeli businessman Yahosha Shuki Ben Porat. Rafaeli began modeling at the age of 8 months when she first appeared in commercials. Orthodonture at 12 interrupted her modeling until she was 15, when an Israeli Fashion Award ceremony awarded Rafaeli Model of the Year in the 2000s. She played prominently in campaigns for the fashion brands Castro and Pilpel, and she starred in a Milky Pudding commercial. She has appeared in editorials for French, American, Italian, Spanish, Russian, and Ukrainian Ale, for Spanish Vogue, British, Russian, Australian, and Vietnamese Harper's Bazaar, W Magazine, V, French and Dutch, L'Officiel, American, British, Italian, German, Spanish, and Italian GQ, ID, and Allure. She has appeared on the covers of so many Elle magazines from French, Spanish, Russian, Marie Claire's as well, Turkish, Bulgarian, Romanian, Slovenian, Croatian, Danish, Sweden, and so on, to GQ, American, British, Australian, and Serbian, Maxim and Esquire. Rafaeli has appeared in advertising campaigns for Chanel, Escada, Ralph Lauren, Deciduo, Andrew Marc, Victoria's Secret, Marks and Spencer's, Gap, Moet and Chandon, Hurley, Rampage, True Religion, Lucky Brand, Accessorized, Passionata, Fox, Reebok, Sears, and so many more. She also has appeared in advertising campaigns for non-fashion brands such as Garnier Fructis, Samsung, and Subaru. Rafaeli became the second Israeli model to appear in Sports Illustrated magazine after Mikhail Berku in her 2007 debut in its swimsuit issue, where she posed with the rock band Aerosmith. Rafaeli was the cover model for the 2009 Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Southwest Airlines painted a bikini-clad Rafaeli from that shoot on the side of its Boeing 737, which led some passengers to criticize the airline for what they regarded as prurient and hence offensive to families. Rafaeli has modeled for Subaru accessorized Brazilian clothing line Besni, Italian jewelry line Marco Bisego, and Rampage. In 2009, she modeled for Garnier International. On 5th of March 2009, Rafaeli received the World Style Award presented by the Women's World Awards for her natural elegance, sense of style, and compassion. In October of the same year, Rafaeli co-hosted fashionable Istanbul's press conference, announced its October 2009 fashion event, and appeared in its advertisements. FHM voted Rafaeli number 42 in 2008, 57 in 2010, and 97 in 2011 in its lists of the 100 sexiest women. Maxim placed Rafaeli at the very top of its Hot 100 list in 2012. In April 2012, Shalom Life ranked her fourth on its list of the 50 most talented, intelligent, funny, and gorgeous Jewish women in the world. According to Forbes Israel in 2013, she was the highest paid model in Israel, ahead of the combined modeling income of such other Israeli models such as Esti Ginsburg, Gal Gadot, and Shlomit Malka. In 2013, she also received a Vienna Fashion Award in the category of Style Icon. As of March 2017, Rafaeli was the second most influential person on Israeli Instagram, according to the Israeli Internet Association, behind Anna Zak, but ahead of Neda Auchimister. Rafaeli co-starred in the Israeli TV drama series Pick Up in 2005. In October 2008, she co-hosted the Bravo special program Tommy Hilfiger Presents Ironic America, based on the book Iconic America written by George Lewis. She returned as a program host in 2009, this time for MTV's brief revival of House of Style. In 2009, she was also a guest judge at Project Runway Israel. In 2011, Rafaeli starred in the American-Israeli film Sessions, directed by Chaim Bouzaglo. The film is a psychological thriller that tells the story of a manipulative psychiatrist who becomes obsessed with a new young patient. She also served as a guest judge on Cycle 4 of Germany's Next Top Model, hosted by Heidi Klum, and in November 2012 she starred her own model casting show Million Dollar Shooting Star on German TV channel Sat1. In late 2012, she played the titular role of Cinderella, a musical adaptation staged for Chanukah in Israel. In January 2013, Rafaeli appeared in GoDaddy's Super Bowl commercial. In 2013, she also hosted the first season of the X Factor Israel, which became the most popular music show in Israel, leading to them bringing her back in 2015 for season 2. In 2018, she appeared in the music video of X Factor judge Ivry Lider and played a starring role in the French-Israeli crime caper film Gidon, a comedy in which she stars as a Mossad assassin involved in liquidating a terrorist. Asi Azar reportedly wrote the hit Israeli TV series Beauty and the Baker with Rafaeli in mind for the lead role. Rotem Sela eventually played the role that Rafaeli reportedly turned down. She hosted the main event of the Eurovision Song Contest in 2019 in Tel Aviv alongside Erez Tal, whereas Asi Azar and Lucy Ayub hosted the Green Room, artists backstage. Rafaeli has an ownership stake in a number of fashion companies, such as in the designer glasses manufacturer Carolina Lemke, In September 2018, it was announced that Kim Kardashian would be the face of the brand alongside Rafaeli, with the two appearing in a promotional campaign together. On the sale of a 5% stake to fashion brand Castro in 2016, Rafaeli made a 2 to 4 million profit. In 2011, Rafaeli and Dudi Bozar, an attorney and former male model, set up an e-commerce company called Under Me to sell designer underwear. As well as being its investor, Rafaeli runs business development for the venture. By November 2011, the company had raised 1 million in venture capital funds. In 2013, her startup Mika Look, which is an iPad app that allows users to purchase the item that models are wearing, raised 1.2 million in its first financing round. Rafaeli is one of the main investors behind MyCheck, which processes payments behind smartphones and which raised 1.7 million in its first financing round. In its second financing round, it raised 4.2. In 2016, Rafaeli lodged a police complaint for identity theft with the Israeli police after a news item in Caucalist linked her to suspicious money transfer involving Amir Bramley based on leaked banking correspondence. Bramley sued the Caucalist reporter in relation to the media coverage. In late 2015, Rafaeli was accused of concealing millions of shekels of annual income despite an estimated net worth of 20 million in 2015. It was revealed she had recently bought a 15 million apartment in Tel Aviv, as well as 2.5 million apartment for her younger brother. On 16 December 2015, Israeli tax authorities in Tel Aviv detained her and her mother overnight for questioning related to potential tax evasion. She was accused of failing to pay income tax on 2 vehicles that she received as compensation for posing in pictures with the vehicles and for evading taxes by disguising her Israeli residency by renting a luxury apartment in Tel Aviv through relatives. On 3rd of January 2019, it was announced that Rafaeli was suspected of tax evasion and was facing a possible indictment along with her parents. On 22nd of April 2019, her appeal was rejected and she was ordered to pay taxes on concealed income of 4.5 million, which according to a report in Haaretz could amount to tens of millions of shekels. In June 2020, as a result of a plea deal on tax evasion charges, Rafaeli was sentenced to 9 months community service, ordered to pay a fine of 720,000, as well as repaying back taxes of 2.3 million. Her mother was jailed for 16 months and also fined. Rafaeli participated in a campaign to help reduce the use of plastic bags in Israel. Smooth change from the tax evasion subject to activism and charity. I'm sorry about that. In 2009, she led an unpaid campaign on behalf of the Israel Water Authority to educate the public about water use and conservation. On 7th of June 2013, she hosted a beach party in Tel Aviv for participants of Tel Aviv Pride, the city's gay pride parade. In November 2013, she spoke out in support of legislation for civil marriages in Israel as part of a campaign for the proposed Knesset bill. Rafaeli hosted the closing ceremony for the 2017 Maccabi Games in Latrun, Israel on 18th of July 2007. As early as 2004, Rafaeli received criticism in her country for avoiding its mandatory service in the army. At the time, fellow Israeli model Agam Ruthberg said the way Rafaeli evaded army service wasn't right. It's worth trying to serve in the army, and only if you don't feel good dare to try to do something. I mean, um, weirdly, I'm not gonna comment anything on this, but out of my own thoughts, she's a woman, and surely choice should be available. In 2007, the iNet News reported that Rafaeli had evaded the draft by marrying family acquaintance Arik Weinstein in 2003 and divorcing him soon afterwards. Military service in the Israel Defense Forces is mandatory in Israel for unmarried secular Jewish women over the age of 18. Wow. I mean, I'm just gonna leave that there. The Israel Forum for the Promotion of Equal Share in the Burden threatened to boycott the Israeli fashion chain Fox if they hired her. The two sides reached a compromise in which Rafaeli agreed to visit injured IDF soldiers whenever she was in Israel and actively encourage army enlistment. Rafaeli later said, I don't regret not enlisting because it paid off big time. That's just the way it is. Celebrities have other needs. I hope my case has influenced the army. She also said, Israel or Uganda, what difference does it make? It makes no difference to me. Why is it good to die for our country? What, isn't it better to live in New York? Why should 18-year-old kids have to die? It's dumb that people have to die so that I can live in Israel. In 2009, while speaking in support of enlisting fellow Israeli model Esti Ginsburg, also criticized Rafaeli for evading military service. 2 years later, Rafaeli was featured on the cover of Italian GQ's war-themed May 2011 issue. Rafaeli's avoidance of military service was again raised in 2013, this time by IDF Brigadier General Yoav Mordechai, who criticized the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for casting her in a 2013 advertisement. I mean, leave the woman alone, seriously. As if she's gonna make the biggest difference if she enlists in the army. Come on. Mordechai maintained that the use of Rafaeli as an official representative of Israel sent a negative message to Israeli society. Oh goodness, harshly and hardly, honestly, making such a big deal out of something. So I just anyway. We digress. In 2014, during Operational Protective Edge, Rafaeli frequently expressed solidarity and appreciation of Israeli citizens serving in the Israeli army with postings on her social network accounts and by posting selfies on her brother with smiling Israeli soldiers. Rafaeli has two brothers. On Rafaeli is a model and actor, and Do Rafaeli is an entrepreneur. In November 2005, Rafaeli began a relationship with American actor Leonardo DiCaprio after meeting him at a party in Las Vegas for members of U2. I mean, honestly, is this man? There's has he dated every single woman in Hollywood? Seriously. In the course of their trip to Israel in March 2007, the couple met Israeli President Shimon Peres and visited her hometown of Hod HaSharon. The relationship ended in June 2009. As with all of his relationships, In 2010, numerous reports indicated that their romance had been rekindled, but in May 2011 it was reported that they had ended their romantic relationship and would remain friends. She married Israeli businessman Adi Ezra on 24th of September 2015 in Israel. They have two daughters born in 2016-2017 and a son born in 2020. I hope guys you have liked this video, and please let me know in the comments your thoughts. I have tried to comment and add um, some of my personal thoughts, and for the first time I'm trying to kind of express and comment rather than just being neutral. And let me know in the comments what you think. I would like to start a discussion, and I'll please appreciate your support by subscribing and liking this video, and stay tuned for more interesting content on inspiring women to come. Thank you. Bye.